I got two buttons to record here. There we go. All right. Hey everybody, Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we were talking with Mr. Jojo Mason. How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic to see you, my man. How are you?
It's a beautiful day, so it's always nice to have a good conversation with some interesting people.
Well, I'm not saying I'm the most interesting man in the world, but I definitely might keep you on your toes once in a while, bro.
That's what I like to hear. We're here today to talk about you, about your music, and about what you do in the world. But for those who are new, can you give a little intro about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jojo Mason. I started singing music, God, about just under 10 years now. I've been in the game and it's been a whirlwind. I wouldn't change a thing. It's been crazy ups, crazy downs. This business is forced me to learn so much about myself. A lot of good and a lot of bad. But that's what I would say. I'm Jojo Mason. I sing country music, and I love what I do more than anything in the entire world, except for my son and my wife.
There you go. I was lucky enough to actually get to see you. So I'm based in Ottawa, and you came to town with Dallas Smith and his little
Yeah.
tour there in 2022, and I got to see you live. And actually, I got some really so I do photography also, and I got some really cool shots
Okay,
on stage.
man, send them over, baby.
I actually think you might have shared one of them back then too. I have to go back and look
Stop.
and see.
Sounds
Yeah,
about. That sounds like me. It sounds like something I would
yeah.
do.
Oh, it was really fun to actually because I've been a fan of your music for a bit now, and we've got
Okay.
some of your songs in my playlist, and seeing you live was fun. And you got some good energy on stage, and just you look like you're having so much fun out there.
Man, that's the best thing about music, right? Is
Mm,
being able to express and share yourself, and everything that comes with it, man. That's the one that I've always said. Man, I used to play hockey a long time ago, and that's the one thing I always said was being on the ice was the one place that life just always made sense. And I never thought I would find another spot like that in my life until I found music.
hmm.
And dude, when I'm on that stage, man, you got to drag me out that thing to get me out there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm having the best time. I love giving everybody my all of my energy because I love soaking it all up too, man. It's the best part about music.
So, what was your like inspiration getting into music? I mean, you played hockey and then kind of traversed onto the other side of that.
I got lucky, man. I got lucky. I hurt my back long time ago when I was playing and herniated a disc, and it basically ended my career. Fast forward a couple of years, I did a bunch of rehab and got my life back on track. I did a bit of a spiral. It was not good, but
I've been there. I've been there.
man, it's what I'm saying, it's not good. But I pulled myself out of that dark time, bro, and with the help of some loved ones, my mom as well, and my dad, and I was at a Christmas party. I went to a Christmas party from invited. I was invited by a coworker of mine. She said, "Come over. We're having our annual mulled wine party. We had tons of people come. It's a house party." I was like, "Shit, I've been a house party in how long? Okay, I'm
Hmm.
in." So I went over to the house. I brought a bottle jar of moonshine, and I made friends with everybody like I do. That's just my game. Right? I love meeting people and making friends. All of a sudden, this dude puts his arm around me and he's like, "Hey man, I gotta talk to you." I was like, "Uh-oh, what we gonna do? We gonna fight or something, man?" He's like, "Nah, dude, we gotta chat. I gotta tell you a story." I said, "Okay, talk." So he says to me, I was writing a song earlier in the day, arguing with my co-writer, saying I was saying people drink shit out of a jar, right? Moonshine out of a jar.
Hmm.
Here you are with the moonshine. This guy doesn't believe that people drink anything out of a jar. Why would anybody drink anything out of a jar? It's stupid. Here I am with the jar, drinking things out the jar. So we
Yeah.
won the argument, sending pictures to this guy, and man, it was cool as hell. It was cool as hell. We became buzzed that night. He says to me at the end of the night, "Man, it's too bad you're not a singer." I was like, shoot, well, I could try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could try. Why not? Right? Shoot. So he didn't make me sing that night. I didn't sing that night. We just became buds. He looks at me at the end of the night and says, "Man, I tell you what, here is my what do you say? He said, here's my phone number. If you got the stones to call me sober." I'll give you an hour of my time. I was like, sure, no problem, yeah, no
Hmm.
problem. So next day, I wake up, go through my pants, pull the card out, shoot him a text message. Hey, it's Jojo with the Moonshine. What's up, man? How are you? You know, still looking. Is your team still looking for male artists to develop?
Hmm.
So he said yes. He said send me a karaoke website. Said pick any song you want to. We'll put it on the USB. Come over. We'll load it up, and we'll see what you got. I said all right, cool. I chose Zach Brown band Chicken Fried,
Okay.
and I rolled over to his house. Man, we plugged it in, and we had a solid start to a career. Man, we had four top tens later once we started working with this guy, and or once I started working with this guy, and unfortunately, we are no longer working together. But hey, he's still killing it. I'm still doing my thing, and we still keep in good contact and standing. But yeah, man, that's how I got into it. It was a wild from hockey, a wild transition
Hmm.
over to music. Thank you, Moonshine.
Yeah. When you thank moonshine, you know it's got to be a good story.
That's right, bro.
Hmm. So what do you think makes you unique in the music world right now?
I don't think I sound like anybody else. Um, I think I've got my own kind of sound, right? I
Hmm.
mean, a lot of these guys are so talented, man. A lot of these guys are so freaking talented. So I'm just trying to, a lot of the time, I'm just trying to keep up. You know what I mean? I think what sets me apart is again just the sound of the music and what I'm the kind of sound that I want to chase, right? Like what I want to do, man, is I want to pursue country soul music, right? And so
Hmm.
that's what I've been in the pursuit of for the last bunch of years. And I think with Bottom Shelf, my newest single, I think we're starting to get there. You know what I mean? It's got some pop elements and some rock elements, but it's also got that soul and that feeling. And the next song we're about to drop in the summertime, man, I tell you, it's like that's some Motown funky soul music, boy.
Nice.
I'm excited to show y'all, man. Collaborate that with some country music. Why not, baby? We winning.
Gotta love a good, funk, some Motown. Gotta love that little extra in there for sure.
Got to,
Hmm.
got to, man. That's the best thing about music, and especially that's the best thing about country music right now is that it's so eclectic and it's so welcoming and accepting. And so, man, I feel like there's so much room for all of that.
100%. Now, speaking of the new single, Bottom Shelf, what's the story behind that? How'd you put that one together?
Man, so it's funny. I was writing a song down in Nashville in October, and I met this guy. I had never met him before. I got in a room with him, started writing a song. Him and I became buds, clicked instantly. And he's a killer songwriter, crazy cool voice. Like he's the guy, right? He's
Hmm.
unbelievable, talented like crazy. So I'm chatting with Petey, and we finished the write, and we did nothing comes from that. Nothing comes from that session. That we had finished up. We hadn't finished anything from that session. So, but he had kept in contact with me. I gave him my number. I said, make sure you keep in touch, my man. Sends me a song, says, bro, I got something for you. I think you might like it. Let me know what you think. This might be for you. If not, no big deal. You're still my boy. All good.
Hmm.
So he sends me this song, Bottom Shelf, and it was just a very rough scratch demo at the time. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I'm just the music is just playing in my head, and I'm seeing how to put it all together. And it made me feel so deeply when I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, God, I got to have this song. I
Hmm.
have to have it. So my man Petey is just capturing exactly the exact feelings that hey I have felt before that I know I can guarantee my brother T you have felt before. I can guarantee that a ton of people have felt that before. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to put a little lift behind us. So we made the music, almost uplifting,
Hmm.
but it's like a sad, uplifting song, man. For the summertime, we just wanted to get something nice out there. So I put my flavor all over it with my boy Ryan Stead. He's my guitar player, producer, band leader, TM extraordinaire. So we managed to produce this one up, and this is what we came up with, man. And honestly, I couldn't be happier. I'm so proud of this damn song, man.
As soon as it came across my desk in the email, I put it on my playlist right away, and it's
My
been on
man.
repeat. I love the flow to it, and you can take that so many ways about different things. But I was just looking at it like man, I don't want to drink no bottom shelf stuff anymore. I got like there's a
That's what I'm
few things.
saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, man. It's got earworms all over it lyrically and then melodically as well. I couldn't have asked for something better to come across my table, man. I was so grateful to hear that demo and be able to just immediately connect with it and then immediately be able to share it with my friend Ryan. And like I said, it brought this dude to tears, man. He was my boy Ryan when I showed him the demo for the first time. Some of them, again, melodically, it hit him. He's a
Hmm.
crazy like musician. He's an emotional guy. So when he hears things and can bring tears to his eyes, he's like that, and I like that about him, right? But that's who he is. So it's one of those songs. It was one of those songs, man, that just came through my desk, and I was so grateful because I could see it. I saw the vision so clearly as to what I wanted it to sound like and what I wanted it to be. Man, I think they nailed it. Also, can you hear that big ass truck that's outside?
I mean the faintest thing, but the mic and everything cuts a lot
Okay.
of that out.
All right, cool. Just making sure because it's loud as hell in here.
If anything, I could tweak the audio on my end too, just to make it fit better.
Gotcha.
So
All right, baby. That's no sweat.
yeah, I'm curious then. You've been in the game for almost a decade now. Go back to 2015 when you dropped It's All Good. What do you think how do you think your music's evolved from then?
I think it's evolved immensely, man. I think it was trying. I think we went from trying to fit in as opposed to trying to create for me in the initial days because that's what this is, right? I was brand new to the music game, to the artistic aspect of it. So I had nothing, no starting point as to how to judge where I was at musically, and exactly where I wanted to go. So it's been an evolution, man. It's been a crazy process trying to find who I am, not just as a man, but who I am as a musician,
Hmm.
right? And as a singer, and who do I want to be portrayed as? And so it's been really cool. I've learned, like I said, man, I've learned so much about myself, um, as a musician, but also just as a person as well, navigating this business, navigating this game, trying to stay as relevant as possible for as long as possible, man. We're almost a decade and we're doing okay.
Hmm.
Um, but I think the evolution of the music has just been a natural evolution of who I am and is growing as a person, right? The maturity, I think, is just coming through now, in the music. And for me too, I'm now in a position where I'm managing myself, so I'm able to pick and choose exactly the sound that I feel that I want. And it's been such a blessing being able to work with some of the most talented guys in the business, with my old producers that I was working with. So I was able to be uh, a sponge with the knowledge that they were giving me. Right, I was able to take all the things that they were giving me and use those things to be able to find who I am and find the sound and the direction that I wanted. And I feel like it's just been a crazy cool evolution and a process of finding myself as well as finding my sound. And I feel like we're close, man. We're almost there. But I always say, dude, the best thing about music is that it keeps growing and it keeps evolving. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden you find 10, 15 years, it does the whole evolution cycle. Now we're starting to get Motown influences in country music.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to get rock influences in country music. And that's just, again, the most beautiful evolution of music, man. And I feel like I've just grown so much in the last decade. I couldn't trade it, man. I wouldn't trade it.
Hmm. And you've been bringing the soul in your music for a while now. Like you go back and look at the Oh Holy Night like cover you had some soul all the way back from then. So you're enhancing it now, I'd say.
That's that's it, man. That's it. I've always wanted to do country soul music, and finally, we're on our way, baby. We're on our
Mm.
way. And again, like I said, it's just been a very cool process of being able to find out how to get there, right? They always say it's not the destination, it's the journey, right? And
Yep.
so it's been a real cool process, man. It's been a really cool process. Hard
Hmm.
as hell.
Yeah, I would
Again,
imagine
like I
so.
said, the ups are crazy high, man. When you up on top, ooh, it's an addicting feeling. But when you low, man, they are
Hmm.
just as extreme. And that's the good and the bad about this business is is yeah, there's so much beautiful. There's also some BS too,
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I
Well, speaking of that, then,
mean?
what do you do to stay grounded outside of music? I know you have the family now, and actually, I was watching some of your Instagram stuff when you were teaching the little man with some drums with some chop suey. That was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
he's already got that. He's already in the flow with it. It's crazy.
Bro, it's wild, man, watching this little boy. He has been the largest, he's been the largest blessing in my life, hands down, period.
Hmm.
Like that's it. No cap, that's it. My little man. He's been the one that has given me new purpose, man, and kept been able to keep me grounded. But I'm a very I don't know. I'd like to think that I'm a very humble guy as it is. I don't, you know, I'm the last one to give myself credit. I'm trying to help everybody win. You know what I mean? But my mom and how I was raised and my wife and the people surrounding me, man. If even if I tried to get a big head, you know what I mean, they would cut my ass down so
Oh yeah,
fast.
my
I
wife's the
wouldn't even
same
have a
way.
chance to, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
So even if I wanted to, man. And my brother, yeah, he's still older than me, and yeah, he's in better shape than me. He could still kick my ass, and I hate to admit it. But if I tried that, you know, tried to pull, you know, look at me, I'm Joe. Look who I think that I am. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? He cut my ass down real quick. I wouldn't even be a thing, bro.
For me, I'm lucky. I am the older sibling, and my sister, she's there, but she knows she can't cut me down when she tried. So that's why I got my wife, where she's always keeps me on.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. If it's not going to be your sister, it'll be another one in your life.
And my life is all women too, so it's like no matter what
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Someone's gonna work me out here and say, "Okay, learn yourself."
Oh man. Well, I hope your next baby is a son so we can get some people on our team for your
Right?
sake, man.
I told my wife if not, we have to trade him in, or trade her in for someone. But no, it's girl
That's right.
dad's gonna be fun no matter what. But yeah, I want a son. I want a little guy to run around and do all those crazy guy things that you do.
It's awesome.
Hmm.
It's super rad, man. My guy's almost he's 19 or 20 months now or something, like a year and a half. And he is like he loves to just play on my bed. I got a king size bed. He loves to just come on play. And then we wrestle. And I take him and I spin him like a helicopter. I chuck him on the bed. And he loves it, dude. He
Yeah.
loves it. And he can do that for like an hour, dude. And guess what? So can I, because I'm like reliving my childhood all over
Hmm.
again. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Jumping on the bed is tight.
Yeah. I got my little girl. We've been doing body slams and stuff recently, and she'll go right up on the bed and come and just flip and get ready. I'm like, ready, and I'm like, here you go. So like throwing her over my shoulder, it's fun, but we got to do little girl things too. But I want a little guy I can just go play in some mud with and have those guy times for sure.
Yeah, man. I've got my fingers crossed for you. My dream is to have one of each so
Hmm.
I can experience both. Uh, but man, I'm sure you got your work cut out for you either
Oh man,
way.
yeah. It's and I already called my daughter an emotional terrorist because when she turns around, just turns on those fake tears and like looks at you and is like, "Oh, come on, you got to be kidding me."
Yeah. Man, my little man, you know what he's saying right now? Come on. Oh, dude. Please, daddy.
Yeah,
Oh, anything you want, my boy. Any you want some extra nuggies on your plate? Hell yeah, you have some extra nuggies. Don't tell mom. She'll get upset.
yeah. That was
Oh, yes.
when my daughter she started saying please and she learned some sign language too coming up and so she's like please please I'm like oh good you can anything you want I geez like it doesn't even matter because it's that cute little
Yeah,
thing.
let's
Yeah.
take it. Twist my arm. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's yeah that's always gonna be a thing I'm pretty sure now.
You're
Yeah.
screwed, dude. You're screwed.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to some questions here. I do have a couple fun ones to ask near the end of all my interviews. It's a little out of the music realm, but some fun stuff in between. And you've been around for a little bit in the scene, so I'm curious, what's one thing you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
Oh,
This is the hardest question of
um,
all.
that is the hardest question. I think honestly, man, I've had some really good interviews. I've had some people mistaking me for Tebe a lot,
Okay.
um, which is hilarious. I think the best thing, and I appreciate you showing up as prepared as you are, man. But I think the biggest thing is just being prepared to and knowing who you're talking about and
Hmm.
knowing what you're talking about. And again, not keeping it too like by the book.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what's coming up for you next. What is this? What is it? It's like, nah, you killed it, man. You say, oh, I saw your boy drumming the chop suey. I'm like, let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You know, we got some things in common. I think that's really cool. Being able to relate to somebody else that you're talking to, man, is the best way to jump on some friendship shit, man. That's my
Mhm.
jamming. And my thing is always, I never wanna enter or leave an interview without a friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's my goal is to like I know some of the basics and those cookie cutter questions out there, but other people want to know like you know why chop suey with your son? Like certain people are going to want to think like where did he come up with this stuff? And I like to try to dig some of those things out for sure.
Yeah, man. I think this has been like you're killing it, dude.
I appreciate
Keep
that.
doing what you're doing. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. You came prepared and you got great vibes all over you, dude. I'm grateful that you took time for me.
100%. I'm always going to take time and we're going to, keep up, I'm sure, and do this again at some point.
Hell yeah, man. Before we leave, you can take my number down, man, to make sure.
100%. So next question then is
Yeah.
what's something on your go-to playlist that people wouldn't expect you listen to?
I got it for you. Are you ready?
All
Here
right.
it comes. Bailando,
Okay.
Enrique Iglesias.
That's a jam though. That's a fun one just to put on.
I know. But let me tell you why it's on there. Is because for a couple years in my life, when I was doing this, I needed something to get me out of my funk. I was going through depression. I was going through the thing, and I heard somebody say it's how you start your day. Best thing you can do to start your day is with a song. So, what kind of song should you be listening to? Something that makes you dance. Because have you ever danced and not had a good time?
Hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Have you ever been, you know what I mean? Even if you're by yourself, have you ever gone, stared at yourself in the mirror, done some stupid ass dance moves, and then felt bad after? No, that's not how it goes. So if you start your day with an upbeat banger, man, that's the best. So for a couple years, every day I would start my day out with Bailando. And so I would just be like, and it started out with just a head bob, and then I started getting more into it. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get salsa dancing lessons, from from the Latino family next door. I'm
Hmm.
trying to say, hey, let's teach Daddy how to dance. So it's that song means a lot to me, man. But that's a song nobody would expect me to have on my playlist. I still can't dance.
I mean, hey, I,
Still
I
can't
can't
dance.
dance either, so I'm right there with you. I think everyone should have a song like that. Like I have one, it's by this Australian guy named Adrian Eagle, and it's called A-OK, and it's kind of just this nice, it's not upbeat a lot, but it has a nice message to it. So when you start out with something like that,
Yeah.
it's about doing an act of kindness. So it gives you that kind of, positive feel to your day when you start.
Hell yeah, man. Best thing you can do is start your day with an absolute bop. I'm telling you, man.
Mhm.
That's the best. That's the best. So Bailando's my jammy jam, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel that for sure. Now, this is a fun one. You've been around for a bit again, and I'm curious what would be your go-to late night show that you perform on? Like a dream
Oh,
show.
my dream show, obviously, well, not obviously. Probably be Jimmy Fallon, man.
Yeah.
I just think he's so cool, and he was a great actor when he was coming up, and now he's got this show. But like out of all the shows, I think out of all the hosts and stuff like that, he is like the coolest, man. He's the most respectful to the
Hmm.
guests. He sings along with all the guests. He like puts tons of effort, and it seems like he would be the guy. So if I were to do a late night show, I would say, yo, Jay Fallon, hook him up. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, Jimmy Kimmel calls. I ain't gonna knock on Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy's some funny shit too, right? I love me some JK, but if I had to choose, man, I'd be Jimmy Fallon all day.
And his musicality, like you said, he's right there with everyone. Like
It's
that's
great.
his jam when he's doing that stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing, man, to see him go out and obviously he doesn't need to because he's not a musician. He doesn't need to do that. But watch him go out and do his thing and kind of hold his own with all these super
Yeah,
pros. You know what I mean? It's kind of awesome to watch. You're like, yeah, you're a real one, Jim. You know,
yeah,
you're a real one,
100%.
Jim. Yeah.
Now
Hell yeah, man.
this was a fun one for me because when I was cruising through your IG, what prompted you to start that hot ones challenge? Because I'm a hot sauce guy myself, and you're only on sauce form, and I've had the last dab, so I'm worried for you.
Yeah, I was worried. I was worried for me too.
Yeah,
Dude, what prompted me to do? I don't know. My brain for like when you get to be a certain age, your brain has these moments where you still think that you're not that age and you're back
yeah,
to your like younger days and you think you're confident and you got it. I
yeah,
don't got it. So I decided I bought this box set. I went to on a deep dive of the hot
hmm,
ones. So I bought the box set and I was like, we gonna do it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. And then it sat there for like 8 or 9 months and I didn't touch the sauces and it's just been sitting there. So I was like, I got a song coming out. See if my boy who helped me produce it, see if we can get through it, and we had just started going through episodes of Hot Ones as we was hanging
yeah,
in the studio. So we were like, you know what? I got the sauce. Let's try it out. Let's film our own. Let's try it out. Turns out, dude, that was the like I'm not 20. I don't have a 20-year-old stomach
yeah,
anymore. I can't drink 30 beers and be fine the next day. I can't do things like that anymore, right? So me thinking that I could, I had a moment, and I call it an MB, a mental breakdown. Um, I had me I had me a time. I was like, this is a great idea. Turns out it was not a great idea. It was not. I
yeah,
did it. We got to the end. It was fine. And I swear to God, every time I sneezed or coughed, I would go into a new realm. I would be hallucinating and I
yeah,
would see things, and it was like my eyes started crossing. My boy Ryan passed out at the end of it. We laid down for 2 seconds. We sat on the couch. 2 seconds. He was sleeping, and then I woke up the next day, and I spent. I was probably awake 16, 17, 18 hours. I spent about 17 of those 18 hours strapped,
yeah,
seatbelt to the can. Not kidding, dude. It was a nightmare. I had never been in so much pain. It was not okay. However, again, my wife loved to remind me that I did it to myself and that she was not going to let me off the hook that easy. And she did not feel sorry for me. And she let me know. Let me know. Well, shouldn't have been so dumb. I said, you're right.
yeah. Yeah, when I started watching you do those, and like you just dropped the number four one like recently, and I went, number four is one of my favorite sauces, but man, when he gets to the end of that, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, when we was on number four, we had finished one, two, three, and I remember sitting there across from my boy Ryan. I was sitting there. And I said to him, and we was recording. She put it in the episode. I'm sitting there. I was like, well, this is number five, so it's
Yeah.
totally fine. He was like, nah, dude, that's number four. We haven't even started number five yet. You can see the terror in my eyes. I'm like,
Yep. Yeah, you were already
oh,
sweating. You were there, and I'm like, all right, because number four is just the jump off, really. Like that's where things get
yeah,
interesting.
dude. Yeah, dude. And it was delicious too. Los Calientes,
Yeah.
man. I rolled the whole nugget in there. I'll take it right off the bone. And you know what I'm saying? It was great. It was amazing. But fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I did the when my wife got it for me for Christmas, the whole like the box set there, and I started popping
Yeah.
through those, and at the end, I'm like chugging milk. I'm going, oh God, this is like I can't feel my face. Like this is insane. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I did it without milk, bro. You know what I did? I had a Diet Pepsi, a White Claw. And what else? And a bottle of Tums, and a little box of Tums. I was popping Tums
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah, man, that's something. Well, I mean, I feel for you. It'd be
Oh,
fun watching those episodes roll out for sure.
oh man, I haven't watched 7, 8, and 9 yet, but apparently number 7 is hilarious.
That's the
So
one,
I'm
yeah.
excited to see them.
All right. I'm gonna make sure to note for that one so I can check that one out.
Yeah, boy.
All right, we got a few more minutes before Zoom kicks us off here. So we got a couple last minute questions and most important ones, I think. And first one's, what do you hope people take away from your music?
I hope people take away feeling, man. I've always said I never want to put out a song and I never want to do music unless it makes you feel something, right? Whether it's good, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's sad, whether it's some sort of emotion. I want y'all to feel something and feel what I'm saying too. You know what I mean? I think music is such a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to connect with people. So if I were to say if you could take one thing away from my music, it would be connection, I think. You know what I mean? I hope people can relate to it. I know everybody, there's tons of people in this world that have been through some heartbreak and some that have made it out on the other side and some that haven't and still drowning in their sorrows, man. I've been there.
Hmm.
So I hope people can really connect with me on this one and that's probably what I would say. I hope people could take that away from my music, man.
I think they will because your vibe when you're just performing and putting it out there is something that you can connect with, I think.
I appreciate that, man.
Mhm.
That's nice to hear. I appreciate that.
Now, last but not least, and the most important question is, are you happy?
Happiness is a funny thing, man. There's a lot of things I'm happy with in my life.
Hmm.
I think we are all always in the pursuit of happiness, but happiness for everybody, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people need different things in order to fill their cup, and for me, I feel blessed about the simple things that I need. I feel very grateful that I don't need a lot. You know what I mean? I need a few people in my circle. I need my son, I need my family, I need my wife, and I need music.
Hmm.
Am I happy? I'd say yeah. I'd say yeah. Things are hard, man. Things are very hard in life. Life is never easy. We struggle. We go through the ups and the downs, I think, but at the end of the day, there is so much to smile about if you really, really find it. But if you're sad and you're miserable and you're going through it, those chances are you're gonna find those things too, because that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So am I happy? I'm choosing to be happy, yeah. And I really think I am. I get to do music for a living, man. I get to connect with people in a way that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do. And I get to pay my bills and support my family while I do it. I don't think there is any dream better than that, in my opinion. I'm very lucky, man, and I don't know it for 2 seconds. I know every single day I wake up and I count them. I count mine.
Hmm. No, it makes sense, man. And do what you love, and it's no longer working. It's just doing it.
That's it, man. You're doing
Hmm.
it and you're building something. And again, like I said, happiness is different for everybody. Some people need things that I don't to be happy, and
Yeah.
people need, and I don't need a lot of things that people need in order to be happy. And that's just life, right? Everybody's needs and wants are different. Um, but I could not appreciate you asking that question more than I do right now. A lot of the time too, let me tell you something too, man, is like a lot of the time too, people don't get asked that, so they don't have the time to think about it. Are you
Hmm.
happy? It caught me off guard and I really had to think about it.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Are you happy?
I
Yeah.
stole that one from Josh from Mythical Kitchen when he does his interviews. He throws that one in sometimes at the end. And when I first heard that, I went, that's a question that more people need to be asked.
I think it opens that door for real conversation.
Hmm.
I think a little bit more than the on the surface fun, happy go lucky answers, right? Like, yeah, everybody wants to know that their favorite musicians or artists or whatever are are happy, sure. And when they're not, and they vocalize that, sometimes people feel that too, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a really cool thing that you do, man, asking that question at the end of the interview. I think that's great. I think you should stick with that.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely it's one of my last two questions pretty much every time.
Wow, are you happy? Yeah. Yeah, I think I am, man. I
Yeah.
think I am. I've been trying to be happy for a long time, and I feel like I was focusing on the wrong things, you
I think
know?
everyone does that at some point though.
Totally.
Hmm.
Focusing on the wrong things to try to be happy with those things, or the wrong people, or need feeling like you need people to make you happy, or, the best thing that I've done is made crazy changes in my life. And put me in a position that I'm in now. Yeah. Am I stressed all the time? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Am I? Hell yeah. Am I worried about bills? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Am I, working side hustles just to make ends meet right now? Hell yeah, I am.
Yep.
But you know what? I get to be a role model for the coolest little guy on the planet, man. I get to hang out with him more than most fathers get to
Yeah.
in their entire lives. Right? I probably spent more time with my kid than in the last 2 years than most have in the first 5 years of their lives. You know what I mean? And so for me, am I happy? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hmm.
There is so much in my life that I'm so grateful for, man. Yeah. I sort of just keep rambling on
Hey man,
about it. I
it
love
makes you think. It's a good way to cap off everything too.
Yeah. Am I happy? Yeah, I am. And man, when you remind yourself too, it really,
It makes you go,
I
damn, yeah, like I'm good.
I'm, I'm gonna have a great day today.
Yep.
I got to write a writing session in the next hour. I'm gonna go meet up with these guys, and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I am happy.
Nice.
And this is the perfect vibe I need to go into that writing session, man.
Well, there you
And now
go.
I think I know exactly what I want to write about.
All right. Well, I think
Dude,
that's gonna be a good way to cap off. Zoom's gonna kick us off in a sec, and we're gonna do this again for sure. I'm sure we can have a lot more conversation.
you got a pen and paper
Yeah,
or your cell phone on you?
yeah, yeah. All right.
Shoot me a text so I got you too, man.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Dude, what
Anyways,
a
man,
pleasure.
it was definitely a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Anytime you holler at your boy, all right?
All right, sounds good. You go enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for taking the time, T. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Later.
Later, man.